Hello there everyone, this is I Am Mark III and welcome back to Cosmoteer and the slow whoop 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 of a FTL drive that is spun up and ready to go. We're heading to a professional zone, so let's pick up where we left off. Engage! That actually looks pretty nice when it's in slow motion like that. You know what? I think this game could probably do with slowing down the FTL motions. That looked and sounded pretty nice. Rather than just like blink and off you go. It's like, here, have a portal. Whom, off it goes. Anyway, yeah. There have been some remarks and responses to previous videos, so I'm going to try and adapt a little bit to some of that. Let's see, first off, open walkways and things in a small ship is wasted space, apparently. Not sure I agree, but the layout, my layout is definitely needing some updating. I will admit that one. Next one is that if I'm going to use lasers as my primary weapon, I should use the electro bolts as my backup weapon. Partially agree, partially disagree. I mean, the lasers, they are really, really nasty, but I have the additional small lasers because these big ones, they only work where they're pointing, where your ship is pointing. It's good to have some flexible firepower as well. But, yeah, done. Sure, let's add some electro bolts to back them up. Let's add a couple there, and let's add, yeah, a couple there. That'll do it. Then they're all right next to a power storage, so they'll have access to ready power for a while. Of course, that's depleting my crew, and that my FTL drive is not very effective where it is. This ship does need a bit of a restructure, but I need funds to do so. So, I think I've got enough to redo the arming slightly, so they're better protected. That's good. Let's do this, this, and stuff like this. Okay, right, there we go. Forward armor is protected. Most of it's covered by the double shielding still. So my front section is tough. My rear section is completely open, as you know. But hey, it's still a work in progress, and I'm still pretty new to this, though I have tried out a couple of starts since the last video by myself. Poking around a bit, trying to understand things a bit better, having a look at some of the suggestions and things like that, so yeah. The other thing mentioned is, this is again related to corridors being wasted space, that, let's have some, no, I can't afford that right now. I'll have some PDs after my next kill. That I should be using these small bunks more because corridors being wasted and all that, so I should use them. The fact is, though, that corridors, the crew are faster to move through them than they are moving through the rooms and doors. So it's just flat out faster if you have long, straight hallways, because even without the conveyors, the crew gets a movement boost going through it, so it's really good for resupplying these two power stores up at the front of the ship, and that's why I've got those there. Anyway, let's go find something to shoot at. See how well this thing continues to perform. Because remember, professional area, so there will be something nasty lurking around here, just don't know what. Yeah, you're not too bad. Let's knock out your electro bolts first. Leg on my list. And I can run straight in. But yeah, as you see, the lasers are just trying to gut straight through the middle. But the sides are being dealt with by the rest of my weaponry. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. Kind of knocked him out pretty badly. And as you can see, they're already relying on getting power up to these rooms from the power cores because they got depleted pretty quick. Minor damage. Oh no, I took 2 credits worth of damage. I think that was when they rammed me, actually. Oh well, sucks to be them. Right. Let's see, I need to rework one of these doors. Actually, I saw that. So let's put that there. Gives a better access route. Because The guys going up here could come from down here, but this is a faster route, so they're going that way, which is even with that door, so it's even faster to go that way than it is to go through these sleeping rooms. So even on a small ship, these can make a big difference, I think. Anyway, let's restock it. Yeah, I'm also a bit more familiar with what I want to do with the layout as well, but at the moment, of course, I need money to even restock all the stuff. So there we go. Okay, let's add those PDs I mentioned. PD can go there and there. So now I've got 2 PD arrays on either side of the ship. Should be good for any home missiles coming through, I think. Another comment is I forgot to, well, quote unquote, forgot to put in fire extinguishers. Should do that. Need more crew. Let's do that. Like this. Yes. I'm not very happy with how efficient this design is, but yeah, can't have everything like that. And there we go. More crew, more defences. And hopefully that's going to help out a bit. So yeah, let's go after this guy. He's all by himself. Charge! Goodbye, half a ship. I like having ion beams in the middle of the ship. Because, you know, it's since the ship points straight at it, I don't have to worry about re-angling myself. And it just tears straight through whatever their primary weapon is like. Ooh, this guy looks actually pretty nasty. Ooh, incoming missiles. Good thing I put those PDs on when I did. Right, this guy is a 40k. Okay, this is a big one. Let's target the electro bolts. And then, yeah, it's got side-mounted missiles. This is missile factory, so target the power, then target the missile. Ignore those 2 at the back. He's got missiles, but my PD should be enough to deal with it, especially when I get closer, because, you know, missiles fire from the sides, they tend to go arcing all over the place. Yep, there go my PDs. Already tearing straight into it. Without those electro bolts, he won't be able to knock my shield down very well, so... yeah, PD's doing great work there. Without the electro bolts, yeah, I'm just gutting him straight away. I really like centerline there. There we go. Easy 40k, very easy. Though of course it depleted all my backup power supplies too. I desperately need to restructure this craft a bit. Let's just do some fundraising then and make sure I have enough to restructure. Let's do that. I could also do with some more speed, but nope, save up first, redesign first. Ooh, those things sound weird at full bottom. Let's target this one. There goes the lasers. And of course, weapons like those heavy cannons, that's why we're triple shielding. Ow! What are you doing? Just an outright collision there. Huh. Still, 125 damage. That's the only thing this ship has got, really. It's really, really tough from the front. Especially since I added some more armouring and stuff. But... yeah, if something gets towards the sides, it becomes a lot more vulnerable. What's the last guy going to be? Ooh, it's one of you guys. You've killed me before, you bugger. Hopefully I'm better able to deal with you now. Let's have a look. Okay, he's firing his bolts at me. My lasers are tearing into his electro bolt systems though. So that's going to help. Yep, first layer of shielding down. Second layer is also failing. There go the primaries. For some reason these turrets aren't manned. I don't know why. Let's focus focus on the weaponry because, of course, he's going straight from my centre mass. The shields are trying to keep up with it. But this is why I like to have some lasers involved as well. They give me a backup weapon system ready to go, so I can do things like that, just knock out the electro bolts, and there we go. Without the bolts interfering, I was able to just flatten him. Though of course he burned straight through my shields and my forward weapon array. So yeah. Not that great, really. Okay, 80,000 in the bank. Ship's worth 200,000. Time for a redesign, I would say. Let's do this thing. Let's make this ship. Let's modify this into a slightly different beast. Right, let's have a look. I am seriously tempted to add cannons. I avoided them in previous videos, but now I've actually played with them a little bit since, and they are pretty damn good, actually. And they're really cheap, too. So, powerful, cheap. Their main weakness is slow travel speed, and they can be a bit ammo hungry and or teensy tiny bit high explosive. You know, something like that. So, yeah, that can cause some problems. Let's get rid of the primary weapon array and reduce it to a single caliber, like that. Actually, let's move it slightly forward. There. Yep. Okay, get rid of the power. Get rid of the power cores at the back. Get rid of the conveyors. Shields are fine where they are. Okay, that's the core of the ship hollowed out. Now, I'm okay with these side chambers, roughly how they are, but I'm going to re-add some of the power cores in that general direction, like there and no, there and there. Misclicking. Don't like all those doors, but can't be helped. Actually, I want those extra doors like that. Let's do it like that. Okay, right. The reason for this is these power storages, they can store a lot of power really well, but they also get depleted really quickly as well, and then they just go to grab from a nearby power core or power storage. So having nearby power cores is actually quite beneficial, I've started to notice. So that's why I've got some power cores near the front of the craft. Though, of course, power cores have a mild habit of going bang as soon as they take a serious hit. So I do need to try and make sure they are protected in some way. Let's add some crew space back in. Let's add some power cores because I want to make this a really tough ship, you know? No, there. Yeah. Okay, let's add some walkways in then. Whoops. Didn't mean to put you there. Go away. Okay. Add some walk spaces. From this power core, you guys can just go zoop straight into the power room, which is then the nexus to get through to all of this stuff. And that's going to be the same there. And then, of course, there's a backtrack route as well. So that gives really fast access for crew members. Excuse me. Once it becomes necessary for them to work off these power cores, they have a fast travel system already pre-installed, ready to let them just keep going. And then, of course, halls at the end, because that avoids the whole, they have to step off the, they have to step across the conveyor belt, and so that makes them really slow. It's actually the slowest form of movement, even behind doors and moving through rooms, so that slows them down the most. So while there's only a few, it also keeps people spread out as well, because otherwise I'd have a central corridor like this. And I've noticed that if there's too many people trying to move in the same tile, it actually gives them all a speed penalty. So having these power sources spread nearby helps. These generator shields will also be supplied by these power cores directly. It's just straight across there. So that's also a good layout, I think. Quote unquote, Iron Mark III 2017. This is my single forward laser. That's looking okay. Now, problem is when that gets blasted out, and that will happen sooner or later, it is a huge weak spot, so I'm going to add some armor layering straight behind it, which will then have another layer of armor back there, and that is where I'm going to put my control center. So that's there, right behind all that stuff. Add the power core there, and that power core's sole purpose is to supply the ion laser. And I'm going to connect all of that stuff up like that. Get rid of. Actually, you know what? Those doors are fine. Leave them there. And then I'm going to add some fast travel conveyors to let people move around better. And I'm going to install some additional armoring up at the front of the ship. Actually, like that, yes. And then... Actually, let's do it like this. So there we go. Armored bracket is thicker. Power supply improved. Sorry, central reinforcement is boosted. Power cores are distributed evenly. Yeah, that's looking like a more solid design to me. And now you guys get to tell me how much of an idiot I'm being, of course. But yeah, as you do. Let's add in some crew space. So I've got some crew again, because that might be kind of important. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Do I want to continue the conveyor line? I've got those conveyor lines there to get access to the power core. But I also need access to the back of the ship relatively quickly. So let's actually extend these lines down here as well. Get rid of that door. Yeah. Let's add these doors here. So there is all of that going on as well. And then, of course, lastly, because I've got it going like that in that area, that means I'm going to reverse these. Actually, you know what? It'd be cheaper if I didn't. Only a few hundred, but hey, every little counts. Be a cheapskate. Be frugal. Be efficient. Watch the pennies. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's more effective, I think. Better layout overall. It's still got the twin shielding at the front. It's still got the it's got all the weaponry. It's got a single ion instead of a double, so it won't chew through quite as fast, but it's still got the power of that ion cannon. It's got the electro bolters. It's got a couple of lasers. Could use some more lasers, actually. Could use some more shielding as well. Where should I put these? Should I put these? I could take off a PD and put a shield pretty far forward, like there. Yeah, should I put a shield there, actually? Might as well. Yeah, put the shields there. Of course, that means it needs a little bit of restructuring now. Okay, let's add a couple of fire extinguishers here. So we've got some access to those. And then I'm going to move those reactors down slightly, so they are now back here. Yes. Actually, move the crew base back slightly as well, so that we've got a unhindered corridor connection going on like that. Let's get the walkways installed like that, so they can move to and fro pretty freely. Shift the doors slightly, but that's okay. Double the doors onto the reactor cores. Excellent. Right. And restrict crew movement pattern so that I can control more effectively where I want them to go. So those guys will just go boop straight off and then straight back up the conveyor to the other end again. So that's fine. I need access to these things now though. And that's where I'm going to put in a couple of more crew bunks like that. Yep, that looks okay. Then we'll of course add in some doors straight off the conveyor like that, so that they can the crew can more easily get around in this area. And then I will add in a couple of fire extinguishers around here too. So there we go. Added defenses. Perfect. Sorry, this is all about me redesigning the ship now, isn't it? Right, I need to add in the warp drive again, or more specifically, 2 warp drives because the ship got bigger since last time I properly installed them. So 1 there and 1 there. There we go, it is now fully efficient. Local reactor core, supplying up there. So I've got clean access routes for all of my materials to flow around the ship. Mostly. The only possible deadlock is here. Let's actually sort that out. There we go. And then I'll extend the walkway just there to give them better access to the back of the ship. So yeah, that's looking good. I think. Watch this get blown up in the first second. Yeah, direct access for FTL charge for the reactors. Yeah, everything's looking okay. I guess it just needs some more power now. And of course, I did take out the reverse thrust after all, so I guess as a temporary measure, let's put some reverse thrust at the back there as well. Needs more people. Let's add peoples then. Okay, that's my refit done. Okay. There we go. And yeah, people are getting around the ship pretty quickly. That's good. That's what I was trying for. I've also got 6 shields now installed. The FTL drives are kind of unprotected. I need better actually fix that now. Actually, do I want to? You know what? Sure. Let's add a couple of extra weapon systems at the back here. Laser plus electrobolt. Yay! I don't know what I'm turning this thing into, but it is a thing, and it is. I think it's probably going to get some more flack in the comments. I'd be disappointed if it didn't, but it is still, I think, a general improvement overall. Also, it's still very wide open at the back there, but yeah. There we go. Okay, right, let's move on to the next sector. Unfortunately, the next one over here is a veteran. Which is actually not that bad, all things considered. Should I go for it? A veteran? No. Veteran does rank up pretty quick. Can I go to another galaxy? Requires 68 only to get over there? Ooh, that's not too bad. Let's go and prey on the weak. Let's go over here. And then people just charge the reactors, and then the reactors are immediately sapped to provide most of the FTL charge. A few bits are taken from the power supplies up there. As you can see, people are just zipping around on the conveyors. And it's already up to speed. So, slow down. Yeah, I really do think that FTL effect needs to be slowed down a bit. Because it looks really cool before they just speed it up, you know? At least that's what I think. Yeah, plenty of access all over the place, just getting power where it's needed. I forgot to sort the doors out on those 2 central emitters. Oh well. Actually, let's do that. Since this mission has been, well, this episode has been about fine-tuning the ship. Might as well, you know, make sure it's perfect in every way. Or at least within the limits of my resources, you know? Anyway, this is an easy target, so it should be pretty okay. Yeah, it's a mosquito. I'm in trouble now! Hello, Mr. Mosquito. Yeah, I know that having a single central ion beam gives me less destructive coverage compared to a double, but that's the trade-off, having a better shielded and better protected central section. I could probably step it up to a double again, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how that feels. It's going to cost me that forward armor section I've worked in, but it will give me the extra firepower of the double beams. So it'll be like that. And let's re-corner the armor. So that's what it would look like again. And it's still got the perfect, well, it's still got this little loop going on with the doors to the power room, like that. The only thing I've lost, really, is the fire extinguishers. Let's add a couple more fire extinguishers. I guess a couple over here. Yeah, a couple like that. So there we go. Okay, now let's watch it recharging. Yep, they go through, charge straight up, and then they're just, well, some of them are going that way, so they're going back, but if they're going to the power room, they just go whee, straight around that loop. Okay, that's looking good. This is a ship of circles, even though it looks like a square. So yeah, I want the primary power rooms, as I said, somewhere near where I need them, so because these rooms will deplete pretty quick. So having reactors nearby is pretty good. Then the lasers are just feeding straight off that reactor. Ooh, he's got a heavy cannon. Hello, falling star. I want to target that cannon in particular, so all of my weaponry is going to be pointing at it. Come on, Model 1. Yeah, since they're smaller opponents, the side guns aren't getting that much use, except for the angles, so yeah, but that went straight through it. Yeah, I think I do prefer to have the double beams, even though it exposes me a bit more to incoming fire. That's good. That's perfectly fine. I'm happy with this, sort of. It doesn't have any cannons, but I've not really shaped it in a good way to mount the cannons. That's the big problem, I think, because cannons are kind of bulky. They are cheap and tough, but they are bulky and high explosive, so there are drawbacks to them. I guess my next project should really be to add a missile shooter. Yeah, I think missiles would be a good addition to the ship. There's that one. You know what? I think this might be an episode without me dying. Gasp, shock, horror. I know, it's strange, isn't it? What do we got? Okay, we've got a sumo. Heavy cannon. Already melting. Yeah, there it goes. Something I should note, by the way, electro bolts are actually all but useless against cannons. Because the electro bolts have also been weakened a little bit since in the recent patch, because I read the patch notes. The reason they're useless against cannons is because electro bolts, they do a tiny bit of damage by themselves, but they let's go to this guy, 36. Yep. But their main effect is they drain energy. And I've really come to appreciate that because they are an absolute pain to try and go against. That's why they sap shield so effectively, they just knock out its power supply much faster than you can replenish it usually. But yeah, great stunning weapon. Barely does any damage, so I really do like supplementing them with a couple of regular laser blasters, because laser blasters, again, really small, really cheap, but they actually do direct damage. And they can fire at anything the electro bolts can. Oh, hello, Hook. Yeah, this is one of the new ships that came in. A new starting area ship. I like asymmetrical design sometimes. This is a good one, I think. Standard cannon, kind of nasty, but overall it's a pretty weak ship. Especially to a ship like mine, which is actually quite costly. Well, in comparison at least. Yeah, the engines are being depleted a bit. I could do with replacing that with a reactor room, actually. That'd probably be a good idea. And that's being used to sustain that right now. And it's because it's the nearest, and it's also directly connected to it, so I think the engine section could probably do with its own dedicated reactor. That would speed things up a bit. It also avoids some of the resupply issues because it doesn't need a big stock, unlike these weapon systems. Yeah, look at that. They managed to keep it okay with that reactor once enough people get there. And that's another purpose of the conveyors. It lets people get to places a lot faster. And yeah, that room is kind of depleting sometimes. So it's all going into those engines too. I do think a dedicated reactor would be a much better idea. Oh, hello. Reliable twin cannons. Well, I've got twin lasers and lots and lots of subguns, mate. Let's see how that works out for you. Nope, he's melting. Oh dear. And boom. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking this. As you can see, it does have some power supply issues, but since it's got a treble reactor, it can generate quite a bit. This, however, is tying up a lot of people, just going back here, dragging down supplies to keep all the engines running. So yes, I would say a dedicated reactor down there would be much more useful. Yeah, there we go. Now we don't have a lot of people charging back and forth trying to grab power. So, yeah. And our last opponent for the video is a sumo. Poor guy. I have more than the 5 bounds of melt enemies at this level now, so yeah, I'm kind of farming them up as well. Oops, there we go. And I have nearly 100,000 more credits, which I think next video I will add in missile systems to this craft. Give it a bit more high explosive flexibility. Unless the enemy has PD defenses, of course, in which case they'll make fireworks and that's about it, I think. But yeah, until then, this has been Iron Mark III with Cosmoteer. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And I'll catch you all some other time. Some other place, some other survival game in deep space. And I do deeply apologise because this has been the 3rd Cosmoteer episode and also the 1st episode where I have not died for your amusement. Yeah. See you all later.